What is up, guys? You joined me for another video, and this week we have been spending time with the range topping Ford Everest Platinum. So, I'm gonna tell you guys all about the car, so come with me. So, up front, we've got the C-clamp LED headlights with daytime running lights. We've also got some platinum badging on the bonnet, in case you forgot what car you're driving. And we've also got this really nice mesh sort of design on the grille, and this double bar over there as well. Moving over to the side, we've got these large 21-inch alloy wheels, which look the business if you ask me. We've also got some V6 badging over here, and I'll tell you more about that later, and some more platinum badging on the side. So moving over to the rear, we've got these really nice looking LED tail lamps, which are split by the tailgate. We've got some four-wheel drive badging over there, because this is a true four-wheel drive car, but I'll tell you more about that later. We've also got some more platinum badging underneath this panel over here, which is incorporated into the tail lights. Opening the boot reveals a generous amount of boot space with the rear seats down. As you can see, we are able to control the rear seats via the buttons over there, and as you can see, quite generous. And if you need to pull up the rear seats, you can do so at the press of a button. So, speaking about the third row of seats, I'm going to show you guys how to get inside. So there's a button over here on the second row seat, and there's a lever as well which allows you to slide the seat forward, and the process is as easy as that. Now the space is quite limited, and for taller adults I wouldn't recommend being seated here for too long, but for smaller children it'll be perfect. The second row of seats, however, is a really pleasant place to be in, and let me tell you why. So, first of all, as you can see, I've got loads of headroom, loads of knee room, and loads of foot room, as well as I'm sitting behind my own driving position. Creature comforts, I've got seat heaters for the two outboard seats. I've got an air vent control for these air vents in the roof, and I've also got a USB-A port, a USB-C port, and a 400-watt power adapter as well. Over here, we've got a nice armrest and a drinks cup holder as well, as you can see. The seats as well are particularly really comfortable, and they look really nice too with this diamond quilt design to them. So we've now jumped into the front seat, and this, guys, honestly is where the business is at. So as you can see, I've got a leather wrapped steering wheel in front of me, brand new of course to the Everest. We've got cruise control settings over here, adaptive cruise control as standard of course, and we've got some media controls as well. We've got a really lovely digital display in front of me, which is customizable. You can see various bits of information as well. And coming over here to the center, we've got the portrait style infotainment system. So we've seen this obviously in the new Rangers and the new Everests, and they are really a big step up compared to the previous generation Everest. So we've got embedded navigation, we've got wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth connectivity, of course. We've got a whole bunch of stuff which is embedded in the system, all of the driver assistance systems. But funny enough, also, it's actually not that complicated to use. So lower down, we've got all your aircon controls, but we also have physical controls for your aircon as well, which I really quite like. Lower down over here, we've got a wireless charger, which works pretty well as well. We've also got a USB-C port and a USB-A port. My only gripe with the two different ports there would be that they are quite far in, so you can't actually reach without looking. You need to really get, your hand in there to find the port and to put it in. But moving along, we've got the new e-shifter, and I'll show you guys how that works as well. We've got cup holders, which are fairly decently sized. We've also got a little pocket where you can put in different items, I've been putting my phone in there, keys and the sort, and it works really well as a bit of storage. Here we've got your drive mode select, we've got the various drive modes, and we've got your 2 high, 4 low, and 4A off-road settings. We've got your parking brake over here, your electric parking brake, and a few other controls there as well. Over here, storage binnacle, pretty big, so quite good as well, and it doubles up as an armrest, which is quite comfortable too. And of course, we've got the cup holders right in front of the air vents, so the water can stay cool or your coffee can stay warm if you've got the AC on high. So I really need to speak about the build quality and the quality of the materials in the cabin of this Platinum model. They are second to none. We've got leather finishes on the door cards, on the instrument binnacle and the dashboard. This car is a massive step up, guys. Ford has really done a lot to improve the car, and for this top of the range model, I'm really, really happy with what they've done to it. And lastly, rounding up some of my favorite specification in the Everest Platinum, we've got this really cool sunroof, and we've got heated and ventilated seats as well as a heated steering wheel. So we're jumping into the Everest Platinum now, and we're going for a drive. And one thing that I have noted is the quality of the reverse camera. Now, although it does have 360-degree viewing capability, the quality is not exactly the greatest, as you can see. We've seen rather better quality cameras in similar sized cars and even smaller cars. But let's go for a drive and I'll tell you how this bad boy drives. So, under the bonnet up front, we've got a new 3-liter V6 turbo diesel, and let me tell you guys, it pulls. So, it produces 184 kilowatts and a chunky 600 newton meters of torque, which is plentiful for any everyday driving situation. I haven't been fortunate enough to take it towing. I'd love to though, but what I hear from colleagues is that it performs extremely well, even with a large load at the rear. So, comfort wise, the car is extremely comfortable. For such a big, bucky based SUV, one wouldn't think that it would drive like such a normal everyday car, but it surely does. I don't know what Ford has done. Well, they've obviously improved the suspension over the outgoing model and a bunch of other stuff as well, and it really just translates to a pleasant driving experience. You hardly feel bumps on the roads. Speed humps are almost a myth, as you hardly feel them. I mean, this car is just, it's made for cruising on the open road, essentially. Um, it eats up the miles like nobody's business. Yeah, it's an amazing car to live with. Something that deserves a special mention has to be the 10-speed automatic. Now, if you guys remember when Ford first launched the 10-speed auto, many people were up in arms about it, but look at us now singing all of its praises. I mean, this 10-speed auto does a phenomenal job, paired up with engines from Ford's lineup. Changing down, shifting up, it goes about its duties effortlessly. I mean, it changes down when you need it to. It changes up when you don't even feel it. I mean, it does a superb job at its duties. And assisting you as well on those long journeys on the open road, you've got the adaptive cruise control system, which works like a charm. So you simply engage it, and it basically keeps you in the center of your lane. It keeps you a safe following distance from the car in front, and it keeps you at a constant speed which you set it at. Another thing that I particularly like about the Everest Platinum is just how refined and well insulated the cabin is. I mean, you hardly hear anything from the outside, whether it be tire noise or wind noise or anything of the sort. It's a really, really nice place to be sat in. I mean, it's it's superb. So we've come to the end of the video, but not without first talking about the price. So this Everest Platinum will set you back just over 1.1 million rand, which, if you ask me, considering everything that you get in this car as standard, I think it's worth every penny. Ford has very confidently said that they don't see themselves as competing with the Toyota Fortune anymore, which I totally understand. Ford has positioned themselves in such a way to compete with the Toyota Prado now. If you ask me, I still think this is a better product. So kudos to Ford. But that's it from us from today, guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one. So be sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to switch on the bell icon to make sure that you don't miss another video. See you guys on the next one.